for another episode of Missing Millions on a beautiful Tuesday. How was your long weekend?
My long weekend was fantastic. It was very relaxing, and so yeah, that made it great.
Awesome.
So
I love
that's
it.
where
I
I'm
love it.
at.
Hey, listen, right now, Patrick, it seems like we're heading into a space in the real estate world where there are winners and there are losers. There are people that are winning in a very, very, very big way, those that are strategic, those that are sophisticated. And there are people that are sitting on the sidelines really starting to feel like they're missing on a massive run or they have missed on a massive run, Patrick, and they're asking themselves, is the run over? Will it continue? Where are things heading? Now, we are going to address this in Winning in Real Estate, which is our wire event, and that's going live, Patrick, in 42 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm excited about it. But to your point, the when you look at what's happening in the world overall, I mean, there's a number of issues. Of course, in Canada, we're talking a lot about housing and how it's driving the economy and just how much of GDP housing makes up. And then, of course, add to that, lockdowns, restrictions, vax, no vax, vax passport. Like, there's so much information coming at people. It actually, in many cases, will shut people down from taking action because they're not even sure what questions to ask. So the wire, the winning in real estate, is really going through a process for whether you're an investor or a first-time home buyer. We've recently been really pointing out to people, if you're a first-time home buyer, it is in fact an investment. If you do it strategically, you can actually capitalize and make that first-time home buy really methodical and thoughtful so that you get the most out of it and you can actually take action. So JG, there's a lot of things we talk about the wire events. Well, if you're a first-time home buyer, I don't have the money for a down payment. Well, guess what? There are ways to do things like that. Now, investors know, or many investors know, and then there's those investors who, guess what? They're going, I don't know, is real estate a good investment? Isn't there a bubble? That's what the headlines are saying.
Let's talk about first-time home buyers and really that whole sphere, Patrick, because right now, like you said, we agree. You and I agreed that real estate, even if it's your home, is a good investment. There's no doubt. A lot of people consider it an investment. It's a good investment, but with a couple strategic changes, just doing a few things, you can actually make it a home run. And that's really what we like to educate people on, Patrick, is how do you take your home, which is a okay investment, how do you make it a home run? And there are ways of doing that if you do it right. And if you come to an event like Wire, we'll teach you these kinds of things. And we'll really
Yeah.
expand people's minds as to how they can play this game of real estate for the long term. Because there's no better way to grow wealth, to grow prosperity, to grow financial freedom, to grow financial security and financial certainty than it through real estate, Patrick. We've seen these for generation upon generation upon generation. Real estate is the place to be if you want a financial certain future.
There's a fundamental here. Winning in real estate, we've done probably, I don't know, many hundreds of them, but we've spoke with literally thousands of real estate investors. Here's the fundamental is that you make decisions based on information. The thing about the Wire event, it's 90 minutes, it's informative. We're not selling real estate. We're not selling $30,000 coaching programs. It really is an interesting, it is an entry point into, could real estate make sense for me? Does it make sense? What are some of the things? What are the questions I need to ask? What are some of the things that I need to consider? And really, that's what the Wire event is all about. It's a free information session. You get to find out who we are, what the Real Estate Investment Network has been about for 29 years. But as importantly, you get to understand some of the questions you need to be asking to make an informed decision, not a speculative decision, which sadly many people do in real estate, JG, as we both know, and that's where they get into trouble. That's where you hear about all the horror stories about tenants and toilets and all the things that go along with that, because people went in speculatively. They didn't make an informed decision. They didn't have a plan put together. They didn't understand what the economic fundamentals mean. And so that's what we're talking about in these Wire events. So it really is informative for investors who are just getting started, and of course for first-time homebuyers, which I think is just an epic way to make some great decisions and find out how you can move forward in a really crazy real estate time here in Canada.
100%. The other thing, you talk about speculation, Patrick, and right now, like real estate, the thing I love about real estate and the thing that really attracted me to real estate a long time ago was the fact that truly the Real Estate Investment Network has a way to almost put like a crystal ball in my hand so that I can see where real estate is going before it gets there. So imagine as an investor, you can position yourself somewhere before the rush gets there. That's a beautiful thing, and that's how you benefit as a real estate investor. You need to invest where the market is going, not where it's been. And a lot of people in real estate, they're only looking at where the market's been. They're not even thinking about where the market's going, and they're certainly not prepared to be there before the market gets there. That's what I love about what we talk about at the Real Estate Investment Network. We literally put a crystal ball in people's hands and show them where things are going.
Yeah, it's a really pragmatic and methodical approach to making great decisions based on the information, understanding, so that it's really it's the old case of teaching somebody to fish, and that's really what this wire is, an entry point into understanding that component of it. And for 29 years, Real Estate Investment Network has been the leader. We're often imitated, can never be duplicated, although many try. The point is that we stay true to the values of what we do, which is to teach investors how to invest, stay out of that speculative lane, and really understand where their decisions are coming from.
About being imitated, never duplicated. But a lot of people out there, and real estate investors have to be careful. There's people out there that are only teaching stuff only to raise capital. They're teaching stuff, but they're only teaching you the strategy they use so that you can invest with them. They're teaching stuff so that they can sell you real estate. These are all the tactics that exist out there. That's not what we do at the Real Estate Investment Network. We're unbiased. We just show you what the numbers are. We give you the research. We give you the information, and we teach you all of the strategies so people can choose what's the best tactic, what's the best strategy for themselves, not necessarily what we think is best, what they think is best.
Well, and it gives you an entry point into an ecosystem of contacts. It is a network. It's the Real Estate Investment Network. It's a network of trusted partners. It's a network of expertise. It's a network of like-minded individuals. It's a community of like-minded individuals. It's a culture where people want to share. They want to see others succeed. And that is really about setting yourself into an environment for success. And, really, I guess that would probably be our secret sauce over all these years that we've been around on a national scale. Whether you're on the East Coast or the West Coast and everything in between, there's a connectivity so that you're not limited to having to try and invest in your own backyard when your own backyard may not be the best place to invest, JG. So the network gets you to be able to connect, gives you an opportunity to connect with experts in every province, many, many cities across the country.
100%. Folks, join us. Come to Winning in Real Estate. We have an event today, actually Tuesday, September 7th at noon Eastern time. But we also have many others as well. Yeah, time's ticking if you're going to join us on this one. But we also have others as well. We have several other days. Let me just pull them up here. We have September 15th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We have September 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So there are many dates for people to join, Patrick. And we also have an intensive. So go to reigncanada.com, click on the events calendar, and there's so much to choose from. Patrick, there is no reason for real estate investors not to be successful. There's no reason for homeowners and first-time homeowners not to be successful. There's no reason to have winners and losers in this marketplace. Get educated, folks. Get on the bandwagon. Get on the journey. Join the community at Real Estate Investment Network, and Patrick's success is just on the other side.
It is. Thanks, JG.